Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, a very warm welcome to you too. This is a complete guide to Motorcycle Live 2024 and I've actually got early access. So let's get in there, let's have a look around. Let me show you what you can see and do here at the 2024 show. Thank you very much, sir. In we go then, and straight into hall number 2. First thing you see, apart from data tool, is this group of motorcycles here. Now this is a mix of brands. We've got Benelli, Keyway, Vogue, Morbidelli and Hero all together here. Now if you keep heading down that direction towards your left, you've got the Learn to Ride zone. This is also where you can test ride EV motorcycles as well. So we're going to have a look at that in a minute, but first, our first stop is indeed Harley Davidson. So let's have a look around Harley's stand, shall we? So we've got some beautiful heritage bikes here. This 1942. Look at that, absolutely beautiful. And then this, look at this, 1912 with, can you see that belt drive there? That leather belt? Wow, what a formidable thing. So our first stop is the Street Glide, finished in this beautiful blue colour, and it has got that Milwaukee 8 in there, that 1923cc V twin, and sat right next to it is the CVO Road Glide. Same engine in that, but this one coming in at just shy of £45,000, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Moving on then, we've got the Sportster S, this with that 1250, well technically 1252cc engine, liquid cooled V twin. Beautiful thing this, and it's yours for just £15,000. Next up we move over to the Pan America, and this one is the 1250 Special. It still looks great in my eyes, this, and of course it's coming up to fierce competition now. BMW brought out the new R1300 GS and also the new GSA, which we're going to see later in this video. But let's move on to the more traditional Harleys, shall we? These are all by Sky Speed and Custom, starting with this, the Fat Boy 114 Red Rum. Sat next to it, look at the beautiful details on that grey and bronze alloys. This one is our Monaco Breakout. And then finally, you come next to the Low Rider S117. Just look at that. I have to say, I'm really liking the blues on the stand Harley Davidson. All three of these look absolutely beautiful, but if I was going to choose one of the customs, it would have to be that grey and bronze wheel custom. Wow, I love it. Bit of a closer look then. Look at the wheels. Beautiful finish on the wheels. Loving all of the black details too. Really nicely set against that grey paintwork of the body, but everything else kept into either a matte or gloss black. Absolutely stunning. And yes, it is available, and it could be in your garage for a whisker under £30,000. Would you? Let's keep going around the show. So straight off the Harley Davidson stand, and before we get to Suzuki, we're going to make a quick stop here at Yamaha. We're going to make a quick stop here. You saw this for the first time in the video last year. It is of course the XSR 900 GP. Now I've had a go on one of these since last year. An exquisite machine, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But sat next to it, take a look at this. This is one of Yamaha's yard-built projects, taking inspiration from the iconic racing machines and riders of the 1980s and 1990s, using that Sport Heritage XSR 900 as a canvas to create this. What a beautiful machine, loving the work, and sat next to each other, they look fantastic. Taking pride of place on the Yamaha stand is of course the new R9. They've got two of them here and another one just sat behind it. You can see the old R7 just there, but let's have a look at the new R9, shall we? That 890cc 3-cylinder engine, I think some of the Yamaha 3-cylinder engines are absolute peaches, and as you would expect with any new 2025 bike, it is full of driver aids, things like ABS, 6-axis IMU, Yamaha rider control, the list goes on, but it has to be said, they look absolutely fantastic, and starting at just over 12 grand, there's certainly a lot to like for your money. Also on the stand is the R3. Has to be said, it looks almost like a baby version of the R9, doesn't it? Still full of beautiful details. Look at that, very, very simple, uncluttered, no messing around, nice and simple. I like bikes like this a lot. Yamaha, of course, have a full range of bikes here, including updates to the 700. I have to say, they do look good, don't they? Look at that, what a beautiful machine that is. And they've also got some wearing the war paint. I love to see things like this. I wonder if it'll be any cleaner by the end of the show as people keep touching onto it, shall we? But the highlight that you really want to see, you have to walk past the stand, come down to this side to see some of their racing bikes. Look at this. The R1, this is the R9 2025. Look at that in its full racing, guys. Wow. And then you've also got the R7 GYTR there as well. But go around the side, this is the one that I want to see. Look at this, the R1 GYTR. What? Now, if you want to get your fix of racing bikes, keep going past the Yamaha stand and walk down, because just there is the Isle of Man TT race simulator experience. Well worth having a go on that, but let's keep going on with the bikes. We're going from Yamaha round to our next stop, which is Suzuki, with an amazing stand. There's so much space and so many bikes for you to have a look around. Suzuki have got some new bikes out. It is the DRZ4S, and they've also got the DRZ4SM. So they've got their new bikes right at the front of the stand, but if you keep going past them, they are celebrating 25 years of the Hayabusa. Let's have a look. I love it when brands do this, when they celebrate their heritage and do things like this. What a fantastic display by Suzuki. Top marks, guys. And this wall, look at this, made out of individual pictures. Look, if we get a bit closer, look at that. Very cool. Like that a lot, Suzuki. In the Hayabusa lineup then, we have got this, belonging to Europe's fastest granddad, his words, Mike Granger's 2000 model turbocharged Hayabusa. 74 years old, Mike. I bet he doesn't feel a day over 17 on this. Next is this Gen 1, and look at the comparison of this. Also turbocharged, but look how low down that nose is. He's really dropped the nose right down. Extended wheelbase as well, with a new swing arm at the front. Just look at it, it's so aggressive. Quarter mile time in just 7.01 seconds at 209 miles an hour. It'll go from 0 to 166 in just 4.6 seconds. This, I think, is probably one of the most ridiculous bikes here. This is a Whole Shot Racing Hayabusa, which boasts the accolades of the world's fastest, wait for it, 1,350cc non-streamlined motorcycle, achieved 274.93 miles an hour standing start mile, and 248 mile per hour standing start half mile. Now, with the bodywork removed, it also held the record of the fastest naked bike of 256 miles an hour. Power output close to 825 horsepower. And if you put ethanol in it, it'll go near 900. And looking as fresh as the day they came out the factory, we have got some absolutely standard Hayabusas. This one, a Gen 1, and sat right next to it is a Gen 2. 25 years of the Hayabusa. Wow. It's a complete setup, isn't it? Gen 1, Gen 2, and of course, Gen 3 is here too. What a beautiful setup. But Suzuki are celebrating more than just 25 years of the Hayabusa. Over there is a celebration of 20 years of John Reynolds, and his Gixxer 1000 is here. Let's go have a look. What's also nice to see is Suzuki are celebrating 20 years of John Reynolds too, with their 2004 Gixxer 1000. Look at that. What a treat to see this. And not only is the bike here, but look. Leathers and helmets here too. Love to see that. Leathers, lid, bike. It's a complete package, isn't it? So as you come past the Hayabusa display on the Suzuki stand, you go straight over to BSA. And what a fantastic stand BSA have got. Let's take a look. Another brand celebrating their heritage. This is a 1957 B34. Just look at it. The chrome work on it is immaculate. Every last detail. Look, you can even see me, the tank there. What a beautiful machine that is. But they've also got plenty of bikes for you to have a look around as well. So they've got the B65 Scrambler. This is coming to the road in 2025. 652cc. Lovely thing that. I have to say though, if I was going to have one of these, it would have to look something like this. Look at that. Doesn't that look fantastic? Loving the light detail, the colours, the tank detail. What a beautiful machine. Do you know what? I've been saying I want a naked. Could be the one. And do you get better value for money than this? Just under £6,000 on the road. Look at it. Brand spanking new BSA. Full of lovely details. I love the simplicity of the dials. I love the simplicity of the rider controls, the dials. I like bikes like this. Just good, honest, simple bikes. And look at the styling of it. Absolutely beautiful. Now this one on the BSA stand is the Union Jack limited number scheme. I do like this detail. That's very nice. If it was me, I'd have gone all out with it. Why not go for the full colour scheme on there? Rather than being black, let's see the three colours of the Union Jack on there. They've also got a couple of their gold stars on the stand, but what I really want to have a look at is over here. This then is a 1949 D1 Bantam, and just look at it. Colour of it reminds me of the original Series 1 Land Rover. Can you imagine those two sat next to each other at a show? Lovely, beautiful. So let's head from BSA on to Indian, shall we? Let's have a quick look here. And what I want to show you is over here. Look at this. Limited to just 21 in the UK and Ireland. Look at this, the 400. Look at the beautiful details on that. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Really, really like the look of that. Hey, Indian, hit me up. Let's have a go. Come on. Keep going around the stand. Just look at this. You just don't see Indians that often, do you, in the UK? Always enjoy having a look around their stand, because not only have you got things like this, it's this over here. Let me just show you this. Go past some of these absolute buzzes. Look at that. Can you imagine that rolling down the road at you? You most definitely would get out of the way. Wouldn't fancy trying to lane split with that, but it's this over here. Oh, I do like these so much. It is, of course, the Chief. Oh, what a lovely, lovely thing. Now, behind us, the doors, I don't know if you can see this, let me just show you. The doors are literally about to open. It's just gone 10 o'clock, which means the doors are about to open. Here we go. This man is in control. Ready? In they come. Now the Chief is on the inside of the stand, but this is the all-new Scout Classic. wow, like this. You can see some details that have changed around the front. That certainly appears smaller. They've got the instrument cluster here, we've got the instrument cluster there, which is all digital now. What do we think, guys? Let me know in the comments. Got plenty for you to sit and have a look at as well. I have to say, this colour scheme, look at that, absolutely beautiful. So it's just gone 10 o'clock, which means the doors have opened. We've got round almost all of Hall 2. There's just one place left for us to go, and then we're going to head over into Hall 3. Let's go. Final stop is the Moto GB stand. Now, these guys represent lots of different brands, including, yes, you know these very well, the Lambretta, but there's also a few different bikes for you to have a look at on here as well. Some that you might not be so familiar with. This is the Benelli 800. Different bikes and brands on the Moto GB stand, but let's move on now. Let's go from Hall 2 here and head into Hall number 3. Now, it's not obvious when you leave Hall 2 and come into Hall 3, but effectively when you buy BSA and Suzuki, if you turn around, all of a sudden you're in Hall number 3. It's one big open space, and right behind us is Norton. Let's get onto it. Norton with a stunning stand. It has to be said, the bikes now are just absolutely stunning. The details that they're putting on them is beautiful. So in the centre of their stand, they've got the Commando 961CR and the V4 SV. But if you turn around, you can actually have a sit on the 961 and just look. Love this beautiful carbon fibre detail, gold forks. I bet that sounds glorious. And then this is what I like to see: good old analog dials. What a lovely naked that is. And just before we leave the stand, they've got the 750 Commando, but look, next to it, it is one of the rotary F1s. Wow! Now, if you watched my videos from the Classic Motor Show last week, you'll have seen one of these in the auction that went under the hammer at Iconic Auctioneers. And now there's another one. Wow! 2 in 2 weeks. Fantastic. Right, let's move on, shall we? Let's keep going in, and of course, Triumph are here with a beautiful stand Triumph, and there are so many bikes for you to have a look around. What's nice is they've left plenty of space for you to actually have a look around them and get onto them as well. But there's 2 bikes on this stand that I really want to get to. So the 2 that I want to have a look at are just here. We've got the new Speed Twin 900, and what I like to see is, although there's digital display on there, they're using things to make things simpler. Look, completely uncluttered. I really like to see that. Nice details down the side, again keeping it nice and simple. And I have to say, the colour scheme they've gone for on this Speed Twin 900 really does suit the bike. It's nice to see a bit of colour on there. Just behind the 900 is the new Speed Twin 1200, as you can see. Much bigger engine sat in there, but keeping to almost that same essence. The clock there slats slightly off centre, but again fairly uncluttered at the front, as you'd expect to see from naked. The front of it looking beautiful. Look at the detail in the light there. Really, really nice to see. And there is one more that I want to show you, and it's another Speed Twin 1200, but this one the RS model. So the differences between the 1200 and the RS, effectively the engine appears to be pretty much the same, but you'll find that there's more performance parts on the RS, better brakes, different wheels and upgraded suspension as well. Is it worth the extra £2,000? Well, the only way to find out is to get down the Triumph dealer and have a ride yourself. So there's loads more for you to see on the Triumph stand, but those are my highlights from there. If we go past Fantic, and Fantic have actually got a couple of new bikes on their stand too, which includes this, the Stealth 125. And this, the Yamaha 125. Both of those on the Fantic stand, but just behind them there is Honda. The stand is absolutely ginormous, but there's a few new things for you to have a look at. First up is the Transalp, and then there's also this, the Transalp. So the new Transalp, they've got two of them on the stand for you to have a sit on. There's a pearl deep mud grey, and also this, the Ross white. Lovely parallel twin 755cc displacement. Looks to be a very, very comfortable machine. This would love to have a go on one of these. Gonna have to find my local Honda dealer and head down there. Like that, like it a lot. As you go from the Transalp, there's the off-road section. You've got the Africa twin over there, but if you keep heading towards the back, you'll hear something rather familiar. Some lovely bikes on display here, showing how they are used. But here they have got a rolling road showing Honda's dual clutch transmission. Go past that, and just behind there is the new NT 1100. Again, really nice to see. Simple display. It almost feels a bit like a cross between the new 1300 GSA and the Pan America. It's got sort of that boxy look and that wide look of the GSA. Nice clear display there. Adjustable screen. It has to be said, for 12.5 grand, that's a lot of bike. Go past the Goldwings and keep going through, so you can see how busy it is now. We've got lovely little bikes like this. Look, the lovely little Dax here, and also the Monkey just there. How cool is that? Could get that for Elodie, couldn't I? Keep going in this direction though, and you head more into the commuter bikes, and then finally, if you're into your racing bikes and your super sports, then you have landed in heaven here. I've lost count of the number of CBRs and super sports that are here. All of them absolutely being swarmed at. Fantastic, well done Honda. Right, let's keep going with our tour of Hall 3. Next up then, I'm at the Can-Am stand, and they have got two new bikes on there. They've got the Origin and the Pulse. And to tell us all about it, I've got Steve here with me now. Steve, yes. You have a really, really impressive LinkedIn bio. Because you are like the, is it the VP
Correct.
of BRP?
International.
Which is the owner of Can-Am, right?
Correct.
So, first off, Can-Am, tell us a little bit about Can-Am.
Yeah. Can-Am dates back to 1972, 73, about with these bikes, with these motocross bikes, pretty much.
Yep.
This is how Can-Am started. And after Can-Am disappeared for a number of years, we brought it back onto the quad bikes. So basically we bought Can-Am bikes in probably in 2007 or 8 about.
Okay.
So then we created the Can-Am brand. And more recently, we decided to go back on the two-wheel bikes.
Okay.
With the Pulse and Origin, like you just stated, but we decided to do it a bit differently. Instead of going back to petrol bikes, we decided to go electric bikes.
Okay, right, so right now, in the comments, everyone's going to be like, oh, no, not interested.
Yep. But BRP is known to push the boundaries. We've pushed the boundaries. Look at our products. We've pushed the boundaries all over the place. And looking at entering the two-wheel motorcycle, the petrol motorcycle industry is pretty crowded.
Yeah.
And we always want to get out of the, call it the norm. Okay, so we decided to invest in electrifying our motorcycle, and we wanted to electrify our lineup. And one of the ways we started with snowmobiles. So we have an electric snowmobile in Finland. So we're riding electric snowmobile in Finland.
Okay.
So for very, very specific applications, but we started there.
Right.
And then we say, okay, the other market that we want, let's leverage the brand, the Can-Am brand, and let's go electric with Can-Am. So we built everything from the ground up. Everything is proprietary to Can-Am.
Okay.
The engines, the inverter, the battery system, everything is completely proprietary, built by Rotax. Rotax is our main brand for engines.
Yes, yes.
And they developed that power pack for us.
Wow,
So,
can we have a closer look?
absolutely. See the battery pack, engine. The engine is there, the battery pack is here, the chain case, and the battery pack is actually structural.
Okay.
So the battery pack serves as the integral part of the bike. There's no framing around it, it's part of the frame. So.
Wow.
So,
and did I read that that it's liquid cooled?
it is liquid cooled. It is liquid cooled. It's
And what difference does that make?
It actually helps when you're recharging. You don't have to wait for the battery to cool down. The battery is already at the ultimate temperature.
Yeah.
So it charges a lot faster. So when you charge a battery, when you put it on a charger, the charger needs to wait a bit so that the battery cools down. This one is already at the optimal temperature. So it charges right away. So in 50 minutes, you'll charge from 20 to 80% in 50 minutes. So, and then you're ready to go back. On top of that, what it does is that at any point in time, any temperature, the battery and the motor is operating at optimal performance.
Yeah. Wow.
So at all the time. So that's what the battery cooled system provides. It's that stability and performance.
Am I right in saying that it's effectively the same running gear, the same unit between the two
Absolutely,
bikes?
it's exactly the same.
Yeah?
Exactly the same.
And what's the main difference between the two then?
The main difference is the riding style. This is much more urban style, road styling ride. This one is a bit for off-roading. So you can go off-road. If you look at the suspension and everything, you'd see you can jump, you can do all kinds of stuff, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah?
It's a lot of fun. Oh yes. Oh yes.
Well, there is only one way to find out how fun it is. You know what I'm going to ask? Can I have a go?
Yeah, you can have a go. You can have a go, not here, but we can arrange that. As soon as the bike sits on the floor here, talk to my team here and you'll have a go at it.
Amazing. Sure. So these are coming into the UK, what, 2025?
2025, beginning of 2025. So March, April, you'll see them in BRP dealers across the UK.
And are they production ready?
Yep, they're production ready. They're production ready.
Wow.
So let's have
a closer look at these then, shall we? Yep. So we start with the Pulse.
Correct.
Absolutely beautiful looking thing. Would love to have a go on one of these around the city, but look at that. How cool does that look? It's so clean. The lines on it are absolutely beautiful. Let's have a quick look up here. Lovely big screen for plenty of information on there. And that's pretty much it. Look, it's really, really quite simple. Really like the look of it. Hey, Steve.
And if you look carefully, there's attachments here. This is our proprietary link system. It's to attach all kind of accessories on it. So it's a snap-on, so you can accessorize the bike all over the place. Here, in the back here, in the front, you could have a GoPro mounted right in this. So it's really, really, really cool for that. It's the same system that we have in all our other lineup. So
I think I have just found the new chase bike for the Artim channel. Hey, Steve,
yes.
Really good to meet you.
Thank
you very much.
Have
a great show.
Perfect.
Guys, please do come over and see Can-Am. Just have a look at this and also all of their quads behind us here. So just before we head off, I just want to show you this little detail as well. It's got active regen, so point and squirt go, but then if you turn it backwards that way, it acts as a regen system. So rather than hitting the brake, you do that and you recharge the battery. Very cool. I really like the look of them. I know electric bikes controversial. I'll get one on the channel early next year as soon as they're in the UK. I think they look really cool. Can't wait to have a go on one, but let's keep going, shall we? And let's move on to KTM. So the KTM stand is a bit smaller. It's sort of a stand within the stand. It's sharing its space with a couple of other groups, including MV Augusta. We'll get on to them in a minute, but first, let's have a look at this, which is the 1390 Super Adventure S Evo, and also the new GT as well. Now, these are still TBC, but my oh my, don't they look grand. Big thank you to KTM for letting me get up close and personal. Unusual to see that vertical setup there. Really, really well set. This looks absolutely beautiful, as does this, the GT. I have to say, love these lines. That Super Duke GT. Oh, wow. Huge thank you for KTM for letting me have a closer look at those two. You can see them on the KTM stand in hall number 3, and also kept locked away. It is the 990 Duke R. Wow, what a machine that look at the beautiful details here. That looks absolutely superb. Loving this display. And that front end, that looks like something out of Batman, doesn't it? Look at that. Now you can have a sit on some of the other Dukes just behind us there. You can see how busy the KTM stand is, but their new ones kept behind the rope so you can have a good look without having to wait for people to get on and off them. Lovely to see. That is so aggressive. Let's move on then from KTM, let's go and find MV Augusta. So MV Augusta have actually only got about 4 bikes on their stand, but this one's well worth having a look. It's the Dragster RR. I'm not going to embarrass myself by trying. I'll go on then. It's the Ottentenissimo, there we are, but have a look at that. So you can get up close and personal, have a good sit on there. MV Augustas are always so pretty, aren't they? Just look at the details down there, that's lovely. Behind us is this, the Super Veloce 1000 Siriorio. Look at the front end of that. Wow. Love that detail. And this, look at this. You can see why that one is kept up there nice and safe. Just from the Super Veloce, you have got this, the F3RR, but the bike that I really like the look of is this, the Rush 1000. Look at the forks on that. Look at the size of the light and all the details in there. You've got these lovely fins, all of the details in there. Beautiful carbon fibre, lovely seat. Just such a gorgeous looking thing. Look at the rear wheel. Wow. I mean, they always know how to bring a showstopper, don't they, MV Augusta? And there it right is. Let's move on then, shall we, to our next stop, which is Ducati. They always know how to put on a good stand, Ducati. I have to say, this one, it's so bright, but isn't it eye-catching? And right at the front of the stand, there are 3 scramblers, 2 of which making their UK premiere. There's this one, which is the Icon Dark. Look at all the details in it. Everything finished in black. Either matte or gloss, and then behind it here is the full throttle, and I have to say this one I think looks even better. Love the detail, the contrasting wheels, again with lovely black details. Love this, that detail around there, around the tank, that looks fantastic. I do really like the look of the Ducati Scramblers. I've been saying for a while that I've been after a naked. The Scrambler could well be it, but for me, I wouldn't have either of those. I'd have this one down here. Look at this. Look how bright this is. Lovely details there. Love that. That is one cool looking machine. Right next to the Scramblers, we've got another UK premiere. This is the Multistrada V4 Pikes Peak. Coming down to Ducati stand to have a sit on those, but there's still more to see. The Panigale V2S, as you can see, people absolutely swarming around this, and also this as well, Panigale V4. Everyone wanting to have a sit on the Ducati machines. Is there anything quite like a Ducati? You tell me. Lovely details up front. They've also got, if you just want to get some good photos, at the very back over there,
So as promised, there's what's happening here at the Ducati stage. Welcome along to Motorcycle Live
There you go.
2024.
They've got a full stage with some of their bikes as well. There we are. Well, we'll move on from here. As you come away from the Ducati stand, just behind it is the National Motorcycle Museum. I have to say, their stand this year is exceptional. They've brought some of their best exhibits from their collection, which is housed just outside the NEC. You can see this beautiful 1902 BSA there. Let's have a look at this. Look at it. You just can't believe that some of these bikes that is 120 years old. They really have brought some beautiful machines with them, all of them impeccable. I mean, just look at the detail there. Can you see every single bit of that bike is absolutely perfect. You could probably spend a whole day just absorbing the details of the bikes on the National Motorcycle Museum stand. That is in Hall 3, and they've also got some workshops set up here as well. They're doing a live restoration. Well worth coming over and seeing the guys here working on this lovely Francis Barnett. Not far away from where it was originally made either. Built in Coventry, we're just down the road at the NEC here in Birmingham. So if you come off the National Motorcycle Museum, walk past Sealy and turn around, you will find BMW Motorad. They were in Hall 2 last year. They've got an even bigger stand this year. Of course, one of the things everyone's going to be eager to see, last year it was the R1300 GS. This year it's the R1300 GSA. Caused quite a bit of controversy online, and here it is. Let's have a look at it in the flesh though and see if it looks any better than it does in the pictures. The GSAs have always been absolute brutes, but look at it with the front now, all completely levelled off, the indicators pretty much built in to the tank there. Still got the new cross light at the front, and apart from the wider tank, you have to say that pretty much all of it is familiar to what you saw with the 1300. Great to see families getting involved as well. Yes, indeed, you could all fit on that, and I dare say you'd have a whale of a time. The new 1300 GSA then, it's here. Come and have a look. It's in Hall 3 on the BMW Motorad stand, as are the M1000RR. Look how aggressive the front end of that is now. Taking pride of place over at the M side of the stand, and there is also the S1000RR, which you can indeed climb aboard and have a good look at. You have to say that even this one is getting even more aggressive with that front end. This one though, you can climb all over. They've also got a few of their race bikes on display here as well. Right in the centre of BMW's stand is a demonstration, but head over here, CCM, love CCM. Let's go and have a look at what they bought here this year. They've done a really cool thing with the stand, with sort of like this road going around, but right at the side of the road is this. Look at this lovely Roadster X. Very cool take on the graphics there. How cool would that look at Tanks, Trucks and Firepower? Or indeed next to that 6x6 Willys that didn't go through the auction last week. You can see that video, it's linked up below, but let's keep going over here. Look at this. I love this detail. Love the brown, love the purple. Yes. Brown, purple and gold. That is one of my favourites of the show so far, as is this, the bobber. Beautiful colour on there. Do love the look of CCM. They've got a great stand. Come over to Hall 3, come and have a look on CCM's stand, well worth it. Behind BMW Motorad, please keep going down, because behind there is Mental Health Motorbike, who have been supporting throughout the year. They have got a fantastic cause. They're trying to get a mental health first aider in every town and city across the UK, and he doesn't know I'm about to do this, but Hello, Paul.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you? Well, I've been wearing this all year. So many people have asked me about mental health motorbike, but there's no better man to talk about mental health motorbike than yourself. Tell us about mental health motorbike.
So, great to see you. Great to see you wearing the badge, by the way. I'm loving the badge.
Every single show.
So Mental Health Motorbike is a free mental health charity for bikers. You know, we work with the bike community, we're completely free of charge, and we are building a network of support for bikers and their families across the UK. So we've now got representation in England, Scotland, Northern Ireland and Wales.
Wow.
And this year we're very proud because we will be touching over 200 face-to-face events.
Wow, that's more than me. I think I've done 30 events this year. You're doing 200.
I think what's nice this year is because we've got a new team of regional coordinators and they've got people working with them. You know, it means that I'm not doing all the 200 events. Oh my God, literally it's exhausting. The last few years have been exhausting with events, but now just to be able to go and visit those events, give the people their support, it just means that we can reach more people.
Yeah. Now, I'm doing the mental health first aid training in December. I'm really looking forward to it. What you guys do, I think, is amazing because you subsidise the cost of mental health training. If you were to do it yourself, it'd be like 300, 350 quid, something like that. You guys get down to just 50.
Yeah, I mean, one of the objectives of the charity is to try and get people talking and breaking the stigma of mental health. And we realise that course, it's a 15-hour course, so you can do it over 2 days or 4 online sessions. It is a challenging course, and I think I'd be interested to see what your thoughts are once you've done
100%.
it. But, you know, one of the things that we find is that will help your family, it will help your work colleagues, you'll use it to support, you know, sort of strangers. And we know it works with the motorbike community. The bikers absolutely love it.
Yeah.
So we set a challenge of training 1,000 at the beginning of last year, and I think we're probably around 800 trained, which is brilliant.
Well, it's going to be...
You'll be 801 soon.
There it is. So I'm going to have to change my logo, though.
Yeah,
I'll have to have the green.
1,000.
Where is it? I'll need that on. I'll need that on next year.
So the green badge, if you go back to the green badge, this badge is one that we designed to run alongside the Mental Health First Aid England, Mental Health First Aid Wales logos. This is the badge that when bikers see that badge, they know that there's somebody there that they can talk to. So what's really, really important, when people put it on their helmets, they put it on their clothing, they're putting it on badges. Any biker that sees that, I'm putting myself out there for them to come and have a chat.
Yeah.
And that's about using your mental health first aid to support people. Don't just do the qualification and sit on that qualification. We've got 85 active volunteers now going out there using that badge.
Yes. Yeah.
So we're training cafes, we're training, who else we're training? Retailers, so there's people within here. We're working with Norton, so we're training their workforce. We want some more companies. I want BMW, I want Suzuki, I want Yamaha, Kawasaki to come and earn this badge from us and work with the charity to embed this mental health first aid into their sort of their work.
Right, you heard it there. BMW, Kawasaki, all of you big guys, if you've watched this video, come down and see this man, because he deserves a cape. You should have a cape. Not all heroes wear capes, right? But please do come over to Hall 3 behind the BMW Motorad stand. You cannot miss mental health motorbike. Come down and see them. You've got merch for sale. You talk about the course that you can do, and you could just make a donation. Absolute fan. Paul, so good to see you again.
Lovely to see you, Tim.
Thanks very much. Right, let's carry on with the show. And my final stop then, before we head into Hall 4, is here. Microlino. Look at these. Look, you can't deny that these are full of personality. Look how much fun these are. Now these, I believe, they're not a car, they're not a bike, but don't they remind you a little bit of the old BMW bubble cars? Look at that. Just so much fun. And out there is a test ride zone. Look, just there. Love things like that, love the sense of humour, but let's keep moving on, shall we? Straight into Hall 4, it's our final stop. And as you come in, it is dominated by Kawasaki, and behind there is the test ride zone. So loads for you to see down in Hall 4. In fact, there's more for you to do in Hall 4, but let's jump straight into the Kawasaki stand. And all three of Kawasaki's new bikes are right at the front of the stand. We're going to start with this. It's the Ninja 1100 SX SE Tourer. So again, further update to the Ninja. I remember when they swapped this round from the 1000 SX Ninja to Ninja 1000, or whichever way around it was. Still a really striking looking bike. I remember having to go on one of these a few years ago, one of the older models, and absolutely loved it. Over this side is the Versys 1000 SE Grand Tourer. I have to say, if you're going to go on a Grand Tour, that looks like a fantastic place to do it. New for 2025, going to have a go on one of those. And finally then, it is the Z900, which very helpfully they're put on this rotating stand, so I haven't got to move around too far. But you can see all three of them right at the front of the Kawasaki stand, and then as you go in, look how many bikes there are for you to sit on. I mean, they really have got into this show all guns blazing. Look at this, they've even got space to sit up the top. Loads of bikes for you to have a sit on, loads of friendly staff. Kawasaki, you've knocked it out of the park. Really cool area here for the kids to have a go on, but keep moving over because this direction it is Royal Enfield, and we've also got DOT to do, but let's do Royal Enfield first. Really like the look of this, the Highland Scramble. Quite fancy doing that, you know. What are the dates? I might have to find out some more, see if I can get on that. That looks fantastic. So I've got more of the Scramble adventure off-road bikes this side, and then as you move down towards this way, we've got the Himalayan, more of their road and touring bikes. Look at this. Look at the difference between those two. What a difference. Great to see Royal Enfield back at Motorcycle Live, and then just behind them, down over here, people are asking about this in the comments from the show last year. It is DOT. Nice to see some of their period bikes, and 1921 there. Guys, all three halls from Motorcycle Live. I've just touched the tip of the iceberg here, but hopefully that will help you get the most from your visit here to the show this year. It's on for just over a week, and if you didn't make it down here, hopefully this video has given you a taste of what you missed. Anyway, all that's left to say is a big thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please think about hitting that subscribe button, and if you hit the thumbs up, that really helps put this video in front of more people just like you. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you again soon.